All right, everybody, get ready, because today we are ditching those typical tourist traps.
Yeah,
We're saying goodbye to the Eiffel Towers and the Times Squares for this deep dive.
I forget those.
We're going to unearth some really incredible hidden travel gems.
Definitely the best one.
You know, those places that you get to brag about finding before everybody else catches on,
Right.
before they hit like the top 10 lists
Yeah.
and they're on every travel blog. We're talking about totally unique experiences, stunning landscapes, those places that just make your jaw drop,
Yeah.
and cultural encounters that you definitely won't find just by like opening up a guidebook.
The ones that really get you thinking like, wow, what's really cool about these hidden gems is that it's a different kind of adventure.
It is.
These are the places that you really experience authentically. Like you're connecting with the soul of a place, not just checking it off your list.
Totally. Plus, let's be real, fewer crowds,
Mhm.
more meaningful interactions with people who actually live there.
Always a plus.
And it's often way easier on a wallet.
Absolutely.
And when you go to these lesser-known spots, you're often supporting sustainable tourism,
So important.
which directly benefits the local communities.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win for everybody.
Absolutely. You're treading lightly, making sure these special places are going to be around for years and years to come.
Exactly. All right, so let's kick off our global treasure hunt.
Let's go.
Let's start in Europe,
Huh.
a continent that is just bursting with history and culture and charm.
It really is.
And I'm picturing this from the research that you sent over. Imagine medieval architecture, but it's perched right on the edge of a bay, so beautiful that it looks like it's straight out of a fantasy novel.
Ooh, I know where you're going with this.
Welcome to Kotor, Montenegro.
Kotor.
I'm already adding it to my list.
It is truly captivating. And the Bay of Kotor itself is a sight to behold because it's technically a river canyon, but it's submerged.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, but it's often compared to a fjord because of those really dramatic cliffs.
Oh, I can see it.
So imagine yourself on a little boat tour. You're surrounded by these towering green mountains, and you're just gliding through that shimmering water.
I'm already relaxed just thinking about it. And for our listeners who like a little workout with their views, I read that the hike up to the fortifications above Kotor is a must-do.
Absolutely.
So you get the incredible views, but you've also earned like an extra slice of cake at the end of the day.
100%. And those panoramic views from the top. Breathtaking.
But we can't spend all our time in one spot. So let's linger in Europe for another stop, but maybe trade the Adriatic coastline for a fairy tale town.
Ooh, a fairy tale town. I like it.
Yeah, so picture this. You are strolling down cobblestone streets, and they are lined with these colorful houses, almost like gingerbread houses.
Adorable.
And there's this 13th century castle that's just kind of keeping watch from a hilltop in the distance.
Okay, this has to be a Keski Kremlov.
You know it.
Uh,
I actually stumbled upon this place on a trip a few years back.
Did you really?
And it was like stepping into a time capsule. Like these Renaissance Baroque buildings, they were just frozen in time, waiting for someone to come discover their stories.
What's remarkable is how it's maintained all that charm. Even though more and more people are hearing about it, it still has that real essence. But I want to change gears here completely.
All right, I'm ready.
Let's go to the Azores archipelago in Portugal.
Okay.
Have you ever thought about exploring a place where volcanoes meet the sea?
Okay, volcanoes and beaches. You had me at volcanoes. But tell me more about these beaches. Are we talking like black sand, white sand, hidden coves? Give me the details.
It's a nature lover's paradise, seriously.
Okay.
Think lush green landscapes, and then just right up against them, these dramatic volcanic peaks,
Wow.
crystal clear lakes, but they're formed in volcanic craters.
No what?
And you've got natural hot springs where you can just soak all your worries away.
Sign me up.
And then you said these incredible black sand beaches. It's like another world.
It sounds incredible.
And that's just what's happening above the surface.
Oh no, there's more.
Below the waves, incredible opportunities for whale watching,
All right, you're speaking my language.
diving, exploring underwater volcanic formations.
Okay, I am sold. Now, before we hop over to another continent, there's a city I'm really curious about.
Yeah.
It seems to perfectly blend like this ancient history with this really vibrant creative spirit.
Whew.
From the research you sent, I'm thinking Plovdiv in Bulgaria.
You got it.
Am I right? Plovdiv, one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in all of Europe,
Wow.
dating back millennia. You can walk down the street and touch Roman ruins, wander through Ottoman-era mosques, and then just stumble upon a hidden courtyard, and it's been transformed into a street art gallery.
See, that's what I find so fascinating, that blend of ancient history and then modern expression. It's like the city itself is a living, breathing tapestry.
Exactly.
It's a reminder that history isn't just something you read in a textbook. It's literally woven into the fabric of these places. Exactly. And, so many people, I feel like, flock to Bruges in Belgium to get that medieval charm.
Yeah, it's very popular.
But you can find a similar atmosphere, but without the crowds, in Ghent.
Ghent. Now, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. What makes it so special?
So Ghent is often overshadowed by Bruges, its more famous neighbor, but
Right.
it has all those stunning canals,
Okay.
cobblestone streets,
Yeah.
the guild halls, but it has a much more laid-back vibe.
I like it. So it's like experiencing the magic of Bruges, but without the crowds.
Exactly.
Okay, I like the sound of that.
Plus, Ghent has this really thriving culinary scene.
Now we're talking.
So get ready for some delicious Flemish stews,
Ooh.
Belgian waffles.
Okay, now you're speaking my language. Hold on, I need to add, devour my weight in Belgian waffles in Ghent to my travel bucket list. All right, I'm ready for our next adventure. Where are we going?
Let's shift gears a little bit. Let's go from Europe to Asia, a continent just bursting with cultures and landscapes that are ready to blow your mind.
I'm ready.
We're talking ancient temples, bustling night markets, serene rice paddies. Are you ready for a sensory adventure?
Always. What's first on the agenda?
Well, for our first stop, how about we dive into the heart of Vietnamese culture, in Hoi An? Have you ever witnessed those iconic floating lanterns?
I have seen pictures, but seeing them in person has always been a dream.
Oh,
You're talking about the Lantern Festival, right? Where the whole city is glowing with the light of thousands of lanterns.
that's the one. Imagine strolling along the Thuban River,
Yeah.
and the scent of street food is filling the air.
Oh my God.
And all around you, these colorful lanterns reflecting off the water.
Magical.
It's truly magical. But there's more to Hoi An than just lanterns. The city itself is a UNESCO World Heritage Site known for its well-preserved architecture, which is a blend of Vietnamese, Chinese, and even Japanese influences.
Wow. It's amazing how a single place can hold so much history, so much culture. Okay, so we've wandered through the vibrant streets of Hoi An. Now I'm ready for something a little more tranquil.
Then let's trade that bustling energy of Hoi An for the peaceful serenity of Luang Prabang in Laos.
Oh, Luang Prabang. Even the name sounds serene.
It truly is a haven of peace. Picture yourself waking up before sunrise and witnessing hundreds of saffron-robed monks walking through the streets collecting alms.
Wow.
The air is filled with this sense of reverence and spirituality, and the surrounding countryside is just as captivating. Imagine cascading waterfalls, hidden in lush jungles, traditional villages where you can learn ancient crafts. It's a place to disconnect from the world and reconnect with yourself.
Okay, I am feeling very zen just thinking about it.
Right.
But for our listeners who love a touch of fantasy with their travels,
Okay.
I think our next hidden gem is going to pique their interest.
All right.
From what I recall from the research, we're going to an island that looks like it jumped straight out of a Studio Ghibli film.
You're talking about Yakushima Island in Japan.
Yes, the one with the ancient cedar forests. It's like stepping into Princess Mononoke.
Yes.
With the moss-covered trees and the misty mountains, it's magical.
It's amazing that you remember that.
Yeah.
Some of those cedar trees, those are known as yakusugi. They are over 1,000 years old,
Wow.
with these twisted trunks and branches that almost seem to whisper ancient secrets to the wind.
I love that.
It's a very humbling experience to stand amongst those giants, and beyond those forests, incredible biodiversity. So unique plant and animal life, waterfalls cascading down moss-covered cliffs. It's a nature lover's paradise.
Okay, Yakushima is officially on my must-visit list. But for now, I'm feeling the need for some sun and sand. What do you say we head to a tropical paradise?
Then pack your swimsuit and your sense of adventure because we are sailing off to the Gili Islands in Indonesia.
The Gili Islands.
Yeah.
I've heard whispers, but tell me everything.
Okay, so imagine this. Turquoise waters. They are teeming with marine life. White sand beaches fringed with palm trees. And not a single car in sight.
Wait, really?
You get around by bicycle or horse-drawn carriage.
That's amazing.
It is the ultimate escape
It really is.
from the hustle and bustle, from
Yeah.
everyday life.
Sign me up.
Right.
I could definitely use some of that island time. So what kind of adventures await us in the Gili Islands?
Well, for starters, you can swim with turtles right off the shore.
Wait, really? Like I just jump in the water and boom. Turtle.
Pretty much. The Gilis are known for their incredible marine life.
Awesome.
So you can snorkel or dive amidst colorful coral reefs, encounter playful sea turtles, and maybe even spot a reef shark or two. But don't worry, they're harmless.
Oh, good.
And when you're not exploring that underwater world, you can relax on pristine beaches, enjoy fresh seafood BBQs,
It's calling my name.
or watch a fiery sunset over the ocean from a beachside swing.
It sounds idyllic. But we're not done with Southeast Asia just yet. There's one more hidden gem I want to unearth before we move on to another continent.
Right.
A place where you can really immerse yourself in local culture and experience a side of Southeast Asia that's still relatively untouched by mass tourism.
I think I know where you're going.
I'm talking about Shopaa in Myanmar.
Ah, Shepar. An excellent choice. A true gem tucked away in the Shan state of Myanmar.
What makes Shopaa so special? Paint me a picture.
Okay, so imagine trekking through these rolling hills and rice paddies.
Mm-hmm.
The air is thick with the scent of ginger and lemongrass.
Ooh, I love that.
You pass by farmers tending to their fields, children playing in villages, and in the distance you see the silhouette of the Shan Mountains, just shrouded in mist.
It sounds magical, almost like stepping back in time.
It really is. And in the evenings, you can wander through the bustling night market, trying local delicacies. You're soaking up that lively atmosphere.
I love that.
But what truly sets Sapa apart is the opportunity to connect with the local Shan people. They are known for their warm hospitality and their rich cultural heritage. You can even arrange to stay with a local family in their traditional home, sharing meals and stories.
Wow. That's incredible. I love that this deep dive is not just about seeing these beautiful places, but it's also about connecting with the people, the cultures that make these places so special.
Exactly. Travel should be about more than just ticking off destinations on a list. It's about creating meaningful experiences and forging connections with the world around us.
Well said. And speaking of forging connections, I think it's time that we hop over to the Americas,
Okay, let's go.
a continent teeming with its own unique blend of cultures and landscapes. Where to first?
For our first stop, let's journey to a city that seamlessly blends colonial charm with a vibrant modern art scene.
Okay,
Cuenca, Ecuador.
Cuenca. Now that's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Okay.
What makes it stand out from, like, all the other amazing cities in South America?
Well, imagine cobblestone streets, but they're lined with these colorful buildings.
Okay, I can picture it.
And they're adorned with these ornate balconies, cascading bougainvillea grand plazas buzzing with life.
I love it.
Cuenca's Historic Center is a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
And for good reason, it sounds like.
It's like taking a step back in time.
Okay, but what about this modern art scene you were talking about? Tell me more about that.
So Cuenca has become a bit of a haven for artists and creatives.
That's so cool.
And you can feel that energy just pulsing through the city.
Yeah.
So you'll find contemporary art galleries. They're tucked away in these colonial courtyards.
Oh, cool.
Street art adding these splashes of color to the ancient walls. And vibrant artisan markets where you can find the works of local craftsmen.
It's that unexpected blend of old and new that I really love.
Mhm.
It's like history is in constant dialogue with the present. I love that.
yeah.
And what about nature? Is there any opportunity to escape the city and, like, reconnect with the great outdoors?
Absolutely. Just a stone's throw from Cuenca, you'll find Cajas National Park.
Okay.
It is this breathtaking high-altitude landscape of over 200 lakes, rolling hills, and cloud forests.
Cloud forest.
Yeah.
That sounds incredible. Tell me more about what makes them so unique.
Okay, imagine hiking through a mystical landscape where the air is thick with mist.
Oh, wow.
And the trees are just draped in moss, and it just hangs like these ethereal curtains.
Oh, that's beautiful.
The biodiversity in these forests is astounding. You might encounter hummingbirds flitting amongst these colorful orchids. You might even spot a spectacled bear, which is the only bear species that's native to South America.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, you sold me. I'm adding Cuenca and its enchanting cloud forest to my ever-growing list.
It's a good one.
But for now, let's continue our journey. Where are you whisking us off to next?
Let's trade that cool mountain air of the Andes for the sun-drenched shores of the Caribbean.
Okay.
Pack your swimsuit because we're heading to a place where you can literally share the beach with flamingos.
Flamingos on the beach. Okay, now you're just messing with me. Where is this magical place?
I'm serious. Imagine a tiny island off the coast of Mexico, a place where cars are banned, and the pace of life just moves to the rhythm of the waves. Welcome to Isla Holbox.
Isla Holbox. I'm intrigued. What else can you tell me about this hidden gem?
Okay, Picture pristine white sand beaches,
Mm-hmm.
turquoise waters so clear you can see your toes even in the deepest parts,
Amazing.
and hammocks strung between palm trees swaying gently in the breeze.
Oh, my goodness.
It's the ultimate escape
From reality.
from the crowds and the stress
Yeah.
of everyday life.
It already sounds like paradise. But you mentioned flamingos.
Yes, during certain times of year, flocks of flamingos descend upon these shallow lagoons of Isla Holbox,
No way.
creating this spectacle of pink against that azure water.
Wow. That's incredible. I can only imagine the pictures.
Oh, and it gets even better.
Does it?
If you visit between May and September, you might even get the chance to swim with whale sharks.
Hold on. Did you say whale sharks?
The biggest fish in the ocean.
The one and only.
Oh my gosh.
They migrate to the waters surrounding Isla Holbox to feed during those months. And it is an unforgettable experience to swim alongside these gentle giants.
Okay, that's it. I'm booking a flight to Isla Holbox right now. Who needs a travel agent when you've got the deep dive?
I'll take that as a compliment.
It is.
But before you book that flight, we've got a few more hidden gems to uncover.
Of course.
Shall we move on?
Lead the way, intrepid explorer.
All right, let's hop over to the other side of South America, to a region known for its dramatic landscapes, rich history, and of course, its wine.
Okay, I like where this is going.
Get ready to be charmed by Salta, Argentina.
Salta. Okay. Now that's a new one for me. What makes it so special?
So Salta is often overlooked on the tourist trail in favor of its more famous counterparts.
Yeah, like Buenos Aires.
Exactly, like Buenos Aires and Bariloche.
Yeah.
But it has a charm all of its own. Imagine colorful colonial architecture.
Lively plazas with tango dancers, and then this backdrop of the snow-capped Andean peaks.
It sounds like a photographer's dream.
It truly is. And beyond the city itself, you'll find some of Argentina's most striking landscapes.
Okay, like what?
Think rugged mountains, canyons painted in these shades of red and ochre, and vineyards producing some of the country's most acclaimed wines. It's a feast for the eyes and the palate.
Okay, I am sold. I've always wanted to explore the wine regions of South America, and now I have Salta on my list.
You won't be disappointed. Those high-altitude vineyards around Cafayate, just a short drive from Salta, they produce some exceptional Torrontés wines.
Noted. But let's switch gears a bit. We've covered a lot of warm, sunny destinations.
We have.
How about we head somewhere a little cooler? I'm kind of craving some dramatic landscapes, maybe a hike or two.
Okay.
From what I remember from the research, how about a trip to Gros Morne National Park in Canada?
Excellent choice. Gros Morne is a UNESCO World Heritage Site for a reason. It's a place where the Earth tectonic plates collide, creating this landscape of dramatic contrasts. So you've got soaring mountains that plunge right into the sea,
Wow.
fjords carved by ancient glaciers, tablelands that offer a glimpse into the Earth's mantle.
That's fascinating. It sounds like a geologist's dream come true.
It really is, but you don't have to be a geologist to appreciate just the raw beauty of Gros Morne.
So it's good.
You can hike through forests to cascading
Oh,
waterfalls,
that's a good waterfall hike.
kayak in these sheltered fords,
Okay.
or take a boat tour and see whales and icebergs.
Okay, now you're just showing off. Whale watching and iceberg spotting.
It's a lot.
Gros Morne just sounds like an adventure lover's paradise.
It is.
But for our final adventure today, I'm thinking we should end on a tropical note. I'm ready for some crystal clear waters, white sand beaches, maybe a little cultural immersion.
Okay.
From what I recall, as we talked about the San Blas Islands in Panama.
Ah, the San Blas Islands. A fitting end to our whirlwind tour of hidden gems.
What makes them so special? Fill me in.
Imagine an archipelago of over 360 islands and cays.
Wow.
Most of them uninhabited, just sprinkled across those turquoise waters of the Caribbean Sea. It's like stepping into a postcard.
Okay, so far so good.
Yeah.
But what sets the San Blas Islands apart from other Caribbean destinations?
The San Blas Islands are home to the Gunayala, which is an indigenous territory.
Yeah.
It's governed by the Guna people,
Okay.
and they have managed to preserve their culture and traditions for centuries.
Wow.
Visiting the San Blas Islands offers this really unique opportunity to experience that cultural richness firsthand.
See, that's what I love about these hidden gems. It's not just about the landscapes. It's about the people.
Yeah.
And it's about their stories.
Exactly. You can stay in these traditional thatched roof huts on stilts over the water.
What's amazing?
You can learn about the Guna's intricate mula textiles, and you can even try your hand at traditional fishing techniques.
Wow. It sounds like a truly immersive experience.
It is. And the Guna people have been at the forefront of sustainable tourism, ensuring that their islands remain pristine for generations to come.
It's inspiring to see communities taking control of their tourism and prioritizing the preservation of their heritage and their home. This entire deep dive has been incredible. We've covered so much ground, from these medieval towns to volcanic islands, from bustling cities to tranquil beaches. It's clear that the world is full of hidden gems just waiting to be discovered.
Mhm.
And we've only scratched the surface.
And as we explore these destinations, it's important to remember that our role as travelers is not just to experience these places, but
Right.
to do so responsibly.
Right. We've talked about the importance of supporting sustainable tourism,
Mhm.
respecting local communities,
Yes,
and being mindful of our impact.
very important.
But it goes beyond that, doesn't it?
It does. Before you embark on any adventure, especially to some of these lesser-known destinations, thorough research is key.
Absolutely.
Understanding those local customs, the traditions, the etiquette, that's essential for respectful travel. And while meticulous planning is important, don't be afraid to embrace spontaneity
Right.
and those unexpected detours that often lead to the most memorable experiences.
That balance between planning and spontaneity is key to any great adventure. What else should our listeners keep in mind as they venture off the beaten path?
Well, when it comes to sharing your discoveries, remember to do so responsibly.
That's a good point.
A few carefully chosen photos can inspire others to explore these hidden gems, but oversharing, it can contribute to over-tourism.
Yeah, it's a delicate balance.
Exactly, and threaten the very things that make these places so special in the first place. Let's be mindful travelers, preserving the magic of these destinations for future generations to discover and enjoy.
Absolutely. So there you have it, our deep dive into the world's best kept travel secrets. Remember, adventure is out there waiting to be found. Don't be afraid to venture off the beaten path, embrace the unknown, and create your own unforgettable travel stories. Until next time, happy exploring.
It really is. And the Dona people have been at the forefront of sustainable tourism, ensuring that their islands remain pristine for generations to come.
It's inspiring to see communities taking control of their tourism and prioritizing the preservation of their heritage. This entire deep dive has been incredible. We've covered so much ground, from these medieval towns to volcanic islands, from bustling cities to tranquil beaches. It's clear that the world is full of hidden gems just waiting to be discovered.
And we've only scratched the surface.
And as we explore these destinations, it's important to remember that our role as travelers is not just to experience these places, but to do so responsibly.
Right. We've talked about the importance of supporting sustainable tourism,
Mhm.
respecting local communities,
Yes.
and being mindful of our impact.
Very important.
But it goes beyond that, doesn't it?
It does. Before you embark on any adventure, especially to some of these lesser-known destinations, thorough research is key.
Absolutely.
Understanding those local customs.
Yeah. The traditions, the etiquette, that's essential for respectful travel. And while meticulous planning is important, don't be afraid to embrace spontaneity
Right.
and those unexpected detours that often lead to the most memorable experiences.
That balance between planning and spontaneity is key to any great adventure. What else should our listeners keep in mind as they venture off the beaten path?
Well, when it comes to sharing your discoveries, remember to do so responsibly.
That's a good point.
A few carefully chosen photos can inspire others to explore these hidden gems, but oversharing, it can contribute to over-tourism.
Yeah, it's a delicate balance.
Exactly, and threaten the very things that make these places so special in the first place. Let's be mindful travelers, preserving the magic of these destinations for future generations to discover and enjoy.
Absolutely. So there you have it, our deep dive into the world's best kept travel secrets. Remember, adventure is out there, waiting to be found. Don't be afraid to venture off the beaten path, embrace the unknown, and create your own unforgettable travel stories. Until next time, happy exploring. It's inspiring to see communities taking control of their tourism and prioritizing the preservation of their heritage and their home. This entire deep dive has been incredible. We've covered so much ground, from medieval towns to volcanic islands, from bustling cities to tranquil beaches. It's clear that the world is full of hidden gems just waiting to be discovered, and we've only scratched the surface.
And as we explore these destinations, it's important to remember that our role as travelers is not just to experience these places, but to do so responsibly.
Right, we've talked about the importance of supporting sustainable tourism, respecting local communities, and being mindful of our impact on these destinations, but it goes beyond that, doesn't it?
It does. Before you embark on any adventure, especially to some of these lesser-known destinations, thorough research is key. Understanding those local customs, the traditions, the etiquette, that's essential for respectful travel. And while meticulous planning is important, don't be afraid to embrace spontaneity and those unexpected detours that often lead to the most memorable experiences.
That balance between planning and spontaneity is key to any great adventure. What else should our listeners keep in mind as they venture off the beaten path?
Well, when it comes to sharing your discoveries, remember to do so responsibly. A few carefully chosen photos can inspire others to explore these hidden gems, but oversharing, it can contribute to over-tourism and threaten the very things that make these places so special in the first place.
The delicate balance.
Exactly. Let's be mindful travelers, preserving the magic of these destinations for future generations to discover and enjoy.
Absolutely. So there you have it, our deep dive into the world's best-kept travel secrets. Remember, adventure is out there, waiting to be found. Don't be afraid to venture off the beaten path, embrace the unknown, and create your own unforgettable travel stories. Until next time, happy exploring.